Northern Knott, or Western Knott, excuse me, Northern Leslie, Eastern Clay, and Eastern Owsley. So all you guys included in that flash flood emergency this morning. Here is a look at those rain totals so far. And just keep in mind, these are estimates. These are not 100% to the bank, but we have some pretty high rainfall totals showing up now in Perry County, just to the east of downtown Hazard. Let's take a look at this. This is showing 11 inches. Wow. Now let's be real. That's probably not 11 inches, but
it's up there.
We could see possibly 5-6 inches once this is all said and done of rainfall, and that's not a good situation. And rain is continuing to fall across Perry County this morning into portions of Knott County, into southern Breathitt County, into Letcher County, Floyd County, Pike County. All you guys are getting in on some heavy rainfall this morning. This is slowly moving off towards the east, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a break here soon. We see some dry weather over Clay County, over Jackson, and eastern Laurel County. This is moving off towards the east, so hopefully here soon we can get a little bit of a break. But then check out back towards the west. Even more showers and storms are moving into portions of Somerset, into Rockcastle County, and then into portions of western Laurel County as well. If you are on I-75 this morning, be sure to take your time because we are looking at more heavy rainfall. If you are traveling along the Howell Rogers Parkway, specifically east of Manchester, I would not want to be driving along that highway this morning, especially from Hazard stretching into Knott County, because this is a pretty dangerous situation. We have a flash flood emergency in effect. I'll pull this up so everyone can get a good look at it. That is a flash flood. I know it says warning, but this is different. This is a flash flood emergency until 4:30 this morning. So we still have about 3 more hours of this warning in effect, and that is for most of Perry County, western Knott County, northeastern Clay County, and then northern Leslie County as well. And check out that threat. Catastrophic. So that means this is a very dangerous situation. This is a life-threatening situation, as we have numerous roads that are closed this morning. We have reports of water getting into people's homes, water over streets, water over roadways. So just please be sure to stay home if you can, and if you need help, be sure to call out for help, because this is a dangerous situation this morning. I'm going to put on the satellite and radar loop, and you can see about 11 o'clock last night it started raining in Hazard, and it's not stopped yet, and it's 1:38 in the morning. So it has been raining for about 2.5 hours, and that is why we have this flash flood emergency in effect. And unfortunately, this is not going to really go away anytime soon, as more showers and storms are likely, not only today, but into your Friday as well. I will pull up the, if I can find it, the Weather Prediction Center's outlook, but first I'll pull up the flood watch, and this was extended. If you joined our morning show yesterday, I talked about how I expected this flood watch to be extended into Friday morning because more showers are on the way, and that is exactly what happened. The Weather Service offices went ahead and extended that forecast, or that flood watch, until 8 o'clock on Friday. So we have more rain on the way, unfortunately, later on today. And here is a look at the excessive rainfall outlook. We've been showing this graphic for the past couple of days, and we've been, really selling this message that we could see some really significant flash flooding across the mountains, and that is what we are dealing with this morning, unfortunately, as we have numerous reports of flooded streets, flooded homes across a large chunk of our area this morning. Let me pull back up the radar real quick. You can see what we are dealing with. If you're just now joining us, we are live on the air this morning because we have life-threatening flooding across portions of Perry County into portions of Knott County as well.
Keep talking. I'm going to try to get you a live look at our back parking lot.
Okay. Okay. All right. We will do that then. We will keep on going here this morning, keeping everyone up to date on what the situation is. I know a lot of people are watching us on Facebook this morning. A lot of people are also watching us on the website. You can catch us on the air, on the website, or on Facebook, and we will keep you up to date on that. Let's pull up more rainfall totals. Actually, let's pull up reports first. Let's read out some more reports. Let's see. Let's start in southern Pike County. We haven't talked about them yet. We'll go to southern Pike County. I do think this might have been from earlier storms. Yes, this was from earlier Wednesday morning. I remember seeing this report during the morning show this morning, and this was as well. Okay, so Pike County, these reports were from earlier this morning. Let's go back towards Breathitt County. So really Breathitt County and Perry County looks to be the hardest hit areas this morning. Let's check this one out. Reports of floodwater over Morgue Fork Road. Several reports of water and debris over the road at Puncheon Creek Road and Belcher Fork Road in Breathitt County. And then we have near the community of Canoe, we have floodwaters and washed out culverts and destroyed the road on Joe Little Fork Road in Breathitt County. Let's see. So this is the latest message we just got from the National Weather Service in Jackson. They have issued flood warnings for the Kentucky River because, quote, they are already in action stage and rising fast. We will keep an eye on Boonville and Jackson over the next couple of hours to see how those points are trending, and we'll issue those if needed. So the National Weather Service is saying the Kentucky River at Ravenna and Heidelberg are already in action stage and, quote, they are rising fast. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. If you are in Lee County into Estill County, there is a flood warning in effect for the Kentucky River. So please be sure to keep an eye on that. Now let's zoom into portions of Letcher County this morning. It is absolutely pouring along Highway 119 from Jenkins over to Whitesburg. They've also upgraded the flash flood warning to considerable for Floyd, Knott, and Pike County. So that is this one right here. I'll draw this so you can, it's kind of hard to see with all the rainfall, so I will draw this box, this flash flood warning right here for, no, that's Letcher, excuse me.
Can you Floyd? Don't move it right past it, you're already soaked.
Let's go to Floyd, Pike, and Knott County. You guys have been upgraded to a flash flood warning, which has a considerable tag now, which means that considerable flash flooding is ongoing in that portion of the area. But really our biggest concern this morning is this flash flood emergency for southern Breathitt, much of Owsley, much of Perry, northern Leslie, western Knott, northeastern Clay counties. This is that pink box. Those are 2 flash flood emergencies. That includes the city of Hazard, that includes Buckhorn, that includes far southern Breathitt County. This does not include the city of Jackson, but I'm sure that it is still flooding in Jackson, but you guys are not included in that flash flood emergency.
Cameron, let me interrupt you for just a second.
Okay.
Can we take the live camera out of Studio B? This is our back parking lot, and I know it's kind of hard to see. Our morning producer, Kirsten, is moving my car right now because the flood water is basically almost in it. So she's trying to get that back up on the hill a little bit. She already had to move her car, so she was already soaked. So again, she's moving my car because it's literally, if you can see right there, I'm going to try to point it out. It's right there where the lights just came on it. The back parking lot is flooded. I mean, I'm sure it's even worse in some areas of Hazard.
Yeah.
But this is what we're looking like here at the station. And of course, Josh, can you kind of get the tire right there on the 23? This is why we're telling you to stay at home, people. The flood water is already coming up on the tire there. This is not safe to be out in. And we can't stress that enough. If it's this bad here at the TV station and we're in that flash flood emergency like a lot of folks, can you imagine what other parts of Hazard that are even lower lying than we are? Right here on the escape right there, that you can see the water, the other escape there, Josh, if you'll pan to this way just a little bit, right here. Follow my finger, right there. Get that tire right there. And we're just showing you this live on air to show you how serious this situation is. It's already going up on the tire. It is still pouring. And this is just our back parking lot. Across the way, you can't see it. Our master control operator, Kevin, it's basically up on his tires. He hasn't had a chance to move his truck yet. But again, it's a very serious situation developing across our region, Cameron. And if the video that you're seeing right now doesn't show you how bad this situation is, I don't know what will.
Yep, and let's be clear that it only takes 6 inches of moving water to move a car off of the road. So, and I'm no expert in measurements, but I don't know. What would you guesstimate that to be, Brandon?
I would say, based on what I'm looking at right now, and poor old Kirsten out there being a trooper, I would say that's at least 4 inches.
Yeah.
So basically, 12 inches is if it's halfway up on your tire. So it's just now starting to climb the tire. So my best guess is about 4 inches. So this is fast moving water. I mean, it's pooling, it's fast moving water, and it's not safe to be out in.
No, it's not a good situation at all.
And our master control operator Kevin's now out there moving his truck because it's basically his front bumper. It's kind of off screen there once we zoom back out. But I'm sure she won't mind. Zoom in on Kirsten if you can there, and look. She's coming through some of the. Well, you probably can't see her now. She's basically almost up to her knees in the middle of the parking lot in some of this deepest water. She's actually coming this way. So you look how deep that water is where she's at. We don't encourage this, but look at that. Look at the water, how deep it is out there in our parking lot. And I can only imagine places that are in flood-prone areas, closer to rivers, and again across other parts of hazard. So this is a critical, life-threatening situation that you need to avoid if at all possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see that. We walk through that parking lot every morning, every day, and I've never seen water that high. I've only been here for a year, but still, it's been.
Cameron, I've been here 15. I've never seen water this high in our parking lot. So this is again. Cameron's been here a year. I've been here 15. I have never seen water this high in our back parking lot. So all the vehicles are now, at least the cars that we can move, are up to higher ground. I'm gonna step out here just a second because the rain has let up just a second. I'm sorry I'm in front of the camera just to kind of glance down the way. The water is up on the tires of our satellite truck, which is parked over that way. Our live truck, our other live truck it's coming up on the tires. Our engineer's vehicle, it's a Tahoe, is sitting over here. I mean, we've got a lot of vehicles that are in danger right outside the station. That again, hopefully we can try to get those moved if it gets any worse. But hopefully, the bulk of this rain is trying to start moving out. But this is just kind of giving you, they say pictures and video tell the story.
Right.
I don't know if we can't get any plainer than this.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we can only show so much on radar, and a lot of people are confused when we show radar. I mean, it's confusing, I agree. But when you look at video like that, and especially that video of Kirsten walking through the water, I mean, it was knee-deep. So that is a very dangerous situation, and it's like this for many people across the area this morning. Like Brendan mentioned, we are getting a little bit of a break in hazard, which is good. A little bit clearer now for downtown Hazard. The heaviest rain now off towards the east, but we are looking at more heavy rain in southern Breathitt County. So if you were in Canoe, down towards Hardshell, more heavy rain is falling, and they do not need it for sure, as they have seen lots of rain this morning. They are included in that flash flood emergency, and I know a lot of people may be waking up right now to alerts or to maybe some lightning. We haven't talked about that yet, Brandon. Lightning has been really dangerous this morning too. I was walking to the car this morning, and I was almost struck by lightning, and I'm not kidding.
Exactly. So again, we have a video that was taken in Perry County earlier tonight. But again, this is a situation where we're continuing to see multi-level threats. We're continuing to see the video you saw outside there at our back door, literally at the WYMT studios in Hazard. Kirsten Baum, you're a trooper, girl. I appreciate you going out there moving our cars, because when I saw you come back in, I saw you'd been out there moving your car. I was like, this is bad. This is bad. So again, I appreciate her moving my car, and then Kevin moved his truck, so we're in better shape here. But as Cameron was mentioning, actually, I may have a way to pull that video up. Give me just a second. You stay right where you're at. I'm just going to come right over here for a second and take control of this computer for just a minute. But I'm going to go to my Twitter feed, if it's still open. Yep, it sure is. So what I'm going to do, if you want to pull in the, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Go to the PMC test scene. Okay. I'm going to try to make this bigger. This is some of the lightning, and this is the video we posted on social media earlier from, I believe it was Danielle Neese. Yeah, ready? Yeah, Danielle Neese there from Perry County. It was the Big Creek community. I'm going to make this full screen so you can watch it. We have this copyright cleared, and you see here, look at that. Look at that. I mean, it's literally so bright that it lit up the sky. I'm going to play it again for you. Look at that. Just literally hitting the mountainside there one more time. And this is what we're also dealing with tonight. On top of the floodwater, storms are coming through. Thankfully, they've not been severe. Well, I mean, it depends on your definition of severe at this point. But again, we are just continuing to kind of watch as we see everything, all modes on the table here. And again, it's just, and there's another report like I got from my friend over in Knott County. Roads are in bad shape.
Yeah, we got a new report in near Hyman, near the IGA store. If I'm saying that. IGA store.
IGA.
Okay. Portion of Route 899 is flooded near that store in Hyman this morning. So we are looking at plenty of, unfortunately, flooded roadways and flooded homes, maybe some flooded businesses as well, and that's not good news. Let's go into where the heaviest rain is falling right now. And unfortunately, it is Knott County, stretching into Letcher County, into southern Floyd County, and then into southern Pike County as well, near Pippa Passes, near Hyman, stretching down to near Whitesburg, near Colson, along Highway 119 to US 23 near Jenkins, stretching over to near Dorton this morning. All of you are experiencing some very heavy rainfall. In fact, let me pull on the rain rates. You can see this is tremendous rain falling right now near Jenkins. Let's pull on the query here. And this is rain rates of nearly 2 inches per hour. And that is why we have this flash flood emergency in effect, because it's been raining in Hazard for what, Brandon, since the 11 o'clock news?
Oh, it started during the 11 o'clock news, absolutely.
And that's been about 2 hours ago. So we've gotten plenty of rainfall here.
And the fun fact about that, I was doing a Facebook Live around 8:30. We had a round of rain before the main round hit us. So we already had a decent amount of rain before the big round got through here. And then we had more on top of that. So again, very critical to stay at home, very critical to basically stay off of the roads. And we've basically got, several counties, or at least parts of several counties, under a flash flood emergency. We're going to go back and show you some Mesonet data. This is 24-hour rain totals, and I had it zoomed in there a little bit because you see the bullseye, Cameron.
Yep.
Literally right there. And of course, the Mesonet is a different source of data that we use to kind of give you more confirmed, concrete rainfall data. And again, the sensor in Breathitt County, just southeast of Jackson by about 3 miles, that is showing what now in the last 24 hours?
6.3 inches.
Man, it's pouring out there. This is, and I can't say this is historic flooding. This is absolutely historic flooding, and it's something that I haven't seen. I've been here 15 years in Hazard, and I have never seen it this bad. And I haven't even left the station. And just noticing the reports that are coming in, the scanner traffic where they're trying to get to people in camp because of flooded roads. So many people calling for help. There's just not enough bodies out there to get to them. I praise all of our valiant first responders who are doing their absolute level best to try to get to these folks and struggling. But again, it's a situation, it's almost a no-win situation because of the simple fact that the water is still rising so fast out there. And again, there's a new report, Cameron.
Yeah, that's the one that we talked about near Hyman.
Okay, that just coming into the system then.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can use this video that Josh just sent us on air. From Josh, can you tell me in my ear where this video came from?
Okay.
Is that in Perry County?
Yeah, it's Walkertown.
I'll try to get that up then.
We have some video that we'll try to get on social media here in a little bit. Okay. It's from his parents' house there. They live on a hill in Walkertown, up there above help me out here, Josh, the school. Walkertown Middle School, and then that's Roy G. Everest Elementary School, right? Yeah. So they're up on a hill, pretty. And I haven't seen the video myself yet, but if it's anything like Cameron's describing it as, it's kind of you have it on your phone.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to see if I can visually describe or kind of verbally describe it.
Yeah, I can.
To our viewers. I might even be able to hold it up to the camera like I did a while ago with Steve's video, if we can actually see it there. Let's see if we can, and then we'll try to get it on social media here in just a second. But, okay. All right, let me, for some reason, oh, wow. Okay, you have your
you can
lock on.
You can turn it off.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here in front of the camera and pause this. And this is up on a hill here in Perry County. I know this is kind of a crude way of doing it, and I hope you can see it. It's kind of keying out there just a little bit. But basically, this is taken up on a hill on, would you say the road was Highland Avenue? So see if you can kind of get an idea
think the light's kind
Yeah, it's kind of bleeding through just a little bit. Actually, hold on just a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn.
I can get through on the Facebook message.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. That way everybody can kind of see it, and we can put it on the air that way. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So again, that's up on a hill. I know where they live, where the Turner family lives, and it's a very tall hill. And if it's already that bad up there, I can only imagine what we're looking at across other parts of Perry County and those folks out there in Buckhorn Chavies area, southern Breathitt County.
I just got a report, and I think this is the same road, Highway 899 in Hindman is impassable because of high water.
Right.
We have a video. It's not cleared yet, so I'm just going to show you, Brandon. But it's not looking good at all. That is near. Let me see where that business was. That's
the Holly Hills Shopping Center, I think.
Yes, that's what it says.
Yeah, that's if you want to see that until we can get it cleared, it's on the WKCB Killer Bee Facebook page, and it's rough. It's rough out there. So we'll work on try to get that cleared. So we'll try to do our best on that.
Let's pull in this now and see if this will work for us.
Okay.
I don't know why it's pulling up on the Mesonet.
Hold on just a sec. Maybe I bet that computer maybe
Let's go back to radar for a minute until we get that figured out.
For a second. Hold on.
I know what I did. I have to log in through this one.
Okay. So we'll get back to that for a second. Take me back into the close view, and while you're working on that, I'll walk them through what's going on.
You want the heaviest rain right now?
Yeah, give me the heaviest rain right now, because this is what we're focused on. This is the area of most concern because we are seeing, again, heavy rain continuing to fall. A hazard, we're in a bit of a break here for the last little bit there, or for the next little bit, but more is coming. This is going back over into Pike County. It's going over into Letcher County. It's going over into Southwest Virginia. This is Buchanan County. They don't need any more. I mean, they've literally had so much rain.
And they're also under a flash flood warning this morning.
Exactly. Zoom me out just a little bit there, Josh, so we can get a little bit of a wider vantage point there.
I can see.
So again, look here. I mean, look right here. That's Buchanan County, Grundy, and then there's Southern Mingo County. That's Gilbert's Creek, where it's had heavy rain. I don't know if they're under an active flash flood right now. I don't think they are right now. But all of this is moving east. Every bit of this is moving east. And I mean, we showed you the video outside the studios here in Hazard. If you didn't get to see it, we may try to go do that again here in just a second. But it's awful. It's awful here. A flash flood emergency for parts of several counties until later this morning. That includes, we got some more reports in there already to go by. But I can tell you just by looking at it, it's basically parts of Perry. It's parts of Breathitt. Here's that video.
This is coming from Perry County.
Okay, this is the video we were referencing just a minute ago about, look at that water just pouring out of there. This is a house on a hill on Highland Avenue, the Turner house here, and look at that. Look at that raging water. And
it's still pouring.
Exactly. I mean, it's still pouring up there. So, I mean, it's just, this situation is it's bad. I don't know how else to say it. It's bad. I mean, it's on the hill. This is on, if you're familiar with Hazard, and you know where Roy G. Everso Elementary School is, Walkertown area, out that way, behind the KFC here in Hazard. That's literally on the hill. Steve shared some video earlier that behind his house, it was pouring out there in Airport Garden. So, I mean, it's a bad situation everywhere you go. And I don't know how to describe it. I mean, just look at the raging water. I mean, it's filling up our parking lot. I wish we had some video we could show out of Breathitt County.
Yeah.
Because I know it's probably a critical situation up there. Let's go back to radar for a second. But it's just one of those things that I don't know. I had never seen anything like this.
No, I can agree with that. Brandon, you know, I'm an Alabama boy. We don't get flooding for real back home. We get tornadoes. So this is a new one for me.
This is our most common natural disaster up here. And again, it's been a big one. Click on that from the Weather Service office there, the record event report.
Oh, okay.
Over there. Is that the one for Jackson?
Yeah, that's the 4.11 inches at the National Weather Service since yesterday.
Wow.
This breaks the old record of 1.37 inches, so we shattered that record.
Yes.
This also sets a new record for the greatest daily rainfall in the month of July. So this is the most rain that the National Weather Service has gotten in Jackson on any day in the month of July ever.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And we actually pull up, I think it's still in the show, hopefully it's updated, but pull up, scroll up, actually.
This way.
Yeah, keep going that way. No, scroll down. Sorry. I was using the 11 o'clock show from last night. I know it's in here. We just got to find it. I'm curious to see if they've updated. Right there. Click on that. Let's see if it's been updated. Look at that. Look at that number.
11 inches.
For
wow.
the month, it was at 7
Was
during
that
the 11.
I wonder how much of that came this week
Yeah.
before.
Oh, I can tell you earlier this week when we first showed this graphic on the air to get everybody ready, like here's what we got, here's what's coming. It was about 5 inches. So I mean,
You got it.
that's 7 inches in a week. So I mean, it's the most that they've ever gotten in one day in July history.
Yep.
And it may even get worse than that because it's still not necessarily at the airport, but the airport is just south of Jackson, so they may still get some more rain. But it won't be but they may, get above the full July record or maybe the all-time record.
I do want to mention as well, I mean, we're not done with, this is just the morning round. We have more coming on this afternoon that would add to that total, unfortunately. So do not let your guard down if you see flooding this morning because we have more rain on the way later on today. I mean, look back towards the west.
In Molina?
It doesn't stop.
Okay.
There's more coming.
So a new report from our morning producer, Kirsten. She lives in the Emelina community over there. It's not too far from Holly Hills, is it, Kirsten? Yeah, I didn't think it was. Where we're seeing some of that video that's pretty stout there at the Holly Hills Shopping Center. But she's now telling us that water is in some of her neighbors' homes. So it's getting worse over there as well.
That's in Knott County.
That's in Knott County over in the Emelina community. So the water is going up, and this is why they pulled the trigger on the flash flood emergency. We've been on the air now for about an hour, continuing to update you on this critical life-threatening situation, and that's exactly what it is. It's life-threatening because there's water rescues ongoing. There's multiple people who are trapped in their homes in several counties. I mean, this is several counties. What do you
that's
highlight?
Oh,
there's Emelina.
Let everyone know.
So that's where our producer Kirsten lives, and I know her house is on a hill. I don't know about her neighbors' houses, but water's in the homes over there. I'd love to see. Click on the one over there next to Pippa Passes. I'm curious to see is that the one?
That was the IGA
one.
Yep.
I would be curious to see. I wish we had a camera at Alice Lloyd. That would be a good shot to have right now.
Camera in Breathitt County.
Let's see. Let's take a look.
Might be new. This one in McGoffin County.
What is that one?
Businesses along Bear Branch was flooded.
That was at 1217. That's Hendricks Community. That's in McGoffin County.
Yes.
Okay, so there's another flooding report out of McGoffin County of water and businesses. So rain rates are insane with this system. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what we're seeing there, especially in the areas there in the pink. That's the flash flood emergency counties, and that includes Buckhorn. That includes Hazard. That's south of Jackson. So that's basically the Haddocks area, I believe, is in southern Breathitt County. That's Emelina and Knott County. That is just to the west of Hindman there. And we're continuing to see that south Perry County over toward Viper area.
I want to mention someone I went to college with. He is a very smart young feller. And I trust this source greatly. He says that he went on the NOAA estimates, and this is a 1,000 plus year flooding event that is ongoing.
Wow.
And that doesn't mean it happens once every 1,000 years, but it means that in any given year, you have a 1 in 1,000% chance of this happening.
And this is what's going on.
And this is what's happening this morning.
And that if you can't, we talk about 1 in 500 year floods.
Yeah.
1 in 100 year floods. This is a 1 in 1,000 year flood.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
So this is huge. This is historic. We've been talking about this all night, and again, we're not done. That is the biggest thing to remember. We're not even close to being done with this system.
I hope and pray that our message this week has gotten across. I mean, we've been sounding these alarms for
I'll be right back, Cameron.
The past couple of days, and unfortunately, like Brendan mentioned, this alarm is not over yet. We're still going. Let's look at the rain rates real quick. You can see tremendous rain is still falling in southern Breathitt County. This is rain rates of 1 to possibly 2 inches per hour. This is 1.5 inches per hour. This is around 1.5 inches as well. And again, this is radar estimated, so do not take these numbers to the bank. But all in all, some very tremendous rain is falling. We have a flash flood emergency, if you're just now waking up with us this morning, for portions of southern Breathitt, much of Perry, western Knott, northern Leslie, northeastern Clay, and much of Owsley County this morning as tremendous rain has fallen across the area. We also just got a new update from the Storm Prediction Center, and while we're here, we might as well show that as well. I'm going to back up a little bit, and you see this is going to be the new update from the Storm Prediction Center, and this is for storms later on today. Now, I want to stress the severe weather threat we are not really concerned with. We are concerned with the flood threat. We've been talking about this for days now. I know in the morning show I've been talking about I'm not really concerned with these severe weather outlooks, but just to be clear, we do have a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather for later storms this afternoon for much of the area. And then let's go to the WPC, the Weather Prediction Center's rainfall outlook. And again, I showed this earlier this morning, but if you're just now joining us, if I can find that, here we go. And this is a level 3 moderate risk of excessive rainfall. And this is for the majority. I mean, for most of us, we are included in this. And like we've been talking about, this is relatively rare to see risk this high across the area. So this is a very dangerous situation.